Hello, welcome to Sideways. I'm walking up a hill, so I'm a bit out of breath. Anyway, it's glorious this morning. Spring appears to have arrived. The birds are in full voice, although it is still very cold. But that sort of morning when you realise after you've been walking for half an hour that you're massively overdressed. Anyway, enough about my troubles. This week we're talking about a form of body dysmorphia that can dovetail with addiction. Not necessarily with addiction. It's not only people with addiction that suffer from this particular problem. But if you saw Martin and I in the flesh, you'd realise that neither of us have had a problem with it. There's also a story about a man who wakes up blue, and there's another little story, but I'm blowed if I can remember what it is because I'm too busy looking at that gorgeous magnolia. Anyway, just have a listen and see what you think. Bigorexia.
I can't seem to get this right. Can you see me?
I can see you. You're sideways, which is appropriate, isn't it?
It is, but I can't. It's an absolute nightmare trying to get this right. Because whichever way you turn it, it makes me either upside down or.
Yeah, you need to. That's good now. It's quite funny when you get riled about something technological.
I'm not riled.
You were a little bit riled, weren't you? When you said you couldn't get the frame right, whichever way you turned it round, it would always be. Yeah, there was a sort of, you were on the edge of riledness, weren't you?
There's a touch of angst there going on, yeah, but I'm all right now.
You can stop it rotating, can't you, in settings?
Yeah, you can, but I was going through the Zoom settings to try and get this right, but I think I'm okay now.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're okay because, it's not nice to see you slightly irritated.
Very irritated.
Have you got, so on your screen, have you got me big and you small, or have you got it the other way round?
I've got me big and you small at the moment.
Oh, is that the way you like it?
Not really, but I'll see how I get on. Yeah,
I don't like looking at myself when I'm on a call. I don't really particularly like looking at myself generally, but certainly not when I'm on a call.
I can understand that. Fully concur.
Are you right with me drinking water out of my London Pride pint glass?
Well, it's a bit triggering, to be honest. But I'll let you get away with it.
Jolly good.
Anyway.
Yeah. This is unusual, isn't it?
Well, this is a Tuesday morning. Yes.
Yeah,
it is. Well, it might bring another dynamic to it, mightn't it?
What? Slightly shit?
Only slightly shit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What?
What I was going to talk to you about this morning. I think I did send you a quick message at one point.
You did, yeah.
Because this is another episode where I've come across a word that I'm unfamiliar with. But having researched it, it's something I've come across reasonably regularly when dealing with those with addiction issues. Although
have you suffered from it?
I haven't, no. And it's not limited to those with addiction issues anyway. But what I wanted to talk to you about was bigorexia. Yeah. Now, bigorexia obviously is the opposite of anorexia in many ways, but I wanted to go on to how it lands, how it manifests, and what we do about it, really.
Okay.
But before we start, there's a couple of things that caught my eye. One headline I quite liked was "Man wakes up with blue skin." No, I don't know.
Well, that's happened to us all, isn't it?
Well, quite, yeah. So what happened to this guy? He, as it turns out, he'd slept in some unwashed navy bed sheets.
Oh, okay.
And it turned all his skin blue. But he woke up and he was really panicking.
Yeah.
And his black mate said, "Come, we've got to get you up to A&E."
Right. Did they not put 2 and 2 together? I mean, he'd put new blue sheets on his bed.
Well, right. I don't know what went on there, but there was a disconnect somewhere in the thought process. But they went up to A&E, and when they went to take some blood from him and used the alcohol swab on him, and the blue came off on that little patch. So they packed him off home with some swabs to get himself cleaned up, and
some washing powder,
or perhaps a role in the new Avatar movie or something.
Yeah.
Or a Smurf. He could have been a Smurf, couldn't he?
Yeah. Or he could have featured in some sort of advertisement campaign for blueberries.
Yeah. Isn't there a group, the Blue Man Group or something? Isn't there a?
Don't know.
Like a set of mime fellas all dressed. Something like that.
There might be. What you mean? He could have joined them.
He could have joined them. Yeah. Mr. Trick.
I've got a question though about this. I don't know if this crossed your mind, but I'm thinking he gets into. I mean, I think blue bed sheets are a bit odd anyway, but he gets into bed with his new blue, presumably navy blue bed sheets.
They were, yeah.
Gets up in the morning, covered in blue. He must have been really sweating in the night, surely.
I think that's what happened. Yeah, he was probably hungover or something, not in the right frame of mind.
Oh, so what we're actually saying is this is another salutary tale for avoiding alcohol.
Exactly, it's a good illustration of where it leads you.
Yeah, if you go to bed drunk, you're almost certain going to wake up blue.
Or a different colour entirely. Yeah, it could be any colour of the rainbow, but blue could certainly be one
of them, couldn't it?
It would. Yeah. The second little story was a camel pageant. Now,
I haven't been to one of those for a while.
This one was in Oman. So the camel pageant was thrown into chaos after 20 competitors disqualified for using hump plumping injectables.
Oh.
Okay. Now, it's not just what you think. The obvious is the humps, which they did to plump those up, make them stand up more upright. But they also used injections to enhance the lips and put some dermal fillers around the nose and Botox to make them look different.
I'm hating this story.
Well, the organisers are determined to stamp out all acts of tampering and deception in the beautification of camels.
Yeah, I mean, that's animal cruelty, isn't it?
It's outrageous, but it's big business in certain Middle Eastern
I think that's despicable. I think if you're caught trying to enhance the appearance of your camel, you should be forced to take all the drugs that you've injected into your camel yourself, preferably right up your arse.
Well, that's a harsh way of dealing with it. But
I think it's despicable. Anybody who treats animals with anything other than the utmost respect should be treated, well, minimum in the stocks, minimum.
Yeah, for a few days in there, sort of amount.
Yeah, and at the other end of the scale, the death penalty, probably.
Well, okay. Well, in the Middle East, they're quite fond of that, aren't they?
Yeah.
I won't get into that, obviously.
No, disgraceful behaviour.
So what do you
upset me now?
What do you think, talking about animal cruelty?
Yeah.
We had the Cheltenham Gold Cup this week.
Yeah.
Several of the horses lost their lives.
Terrible. You're really upsetting me this morning now. How far are you going to go with this line?
Well, no, I don't want to upset you. I just wanted to see what your opinion was.
I think this thing's terrible. It's awful. I mean, I don't like steeplechase horse racing at the best of times, which I suppose it must be. Is it the Gold Cup? Is it a steeplechase? Must be.
I'm assuming it is.
Yeah, because it's the fences that get the horses, isn't it? It's not the flat racing. No. I just think it's terrible. I mean, I don't know. I suppose there's arguments that that's what they're bred for and they enjoy doing it, but I don't think man should ever be exerting his will over an animal. I mean, animals got as much right to be alive as we have, and I say that fully conscious of the fact that in a couple of months' time I'll be really tearing into the slugs and snails for them eating my salad crops. But I still can't bring myself to kill them. It's awful.
Yeah, no, it's not great, is it?
The one thing I have difficulty with is flies because they irritate me so much.
You don't mind exterminating them?
I do mind it. Really, I find myself terribly conflicted. I think I really don't. I try. I know this sounds ridiculous, but I always try and let a fly out if it's come in the house.
Yeah.
But sometimes they refuse, don't they? You'll open a couple of windows and they'll decidedly bang into the one that's closed.
Yeah. They refuse at the first fence. They turn around and buzz back at you, don't they?
Yeah. Anyway, what do you think about the?
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not.
Disgraceful, isn't it?
I'm not keen. Well, the reason I brought it up is because I found it quite abhorrent.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's this massive business. People pay all this money to, the breeding rights on horses. Again, it's irresponsible capitalism. I think probably the same.
It's exploitative.
Yeah, it's probably the same as the camels.
The other day, I was sitting exactly where I am now, and I saw a squirrel in one of my raised beds where I'd just planted some radishes.
Okay.
And I thought, I know what's going on here. He's having all those little radish seeds up there. And whilst I was cursing him, I thought, well, I can't really begrudge him that, can I? Because he's just looking for food. I don't think he realises that I've just planted them. I tried to have a word with him, but he wasn't having any of it. He was off.
Yeah, there's a communication barrier often, isn't there, in those circumstances?
I may leave him a note.
Well, good luck with that. I don't know what language squirrels use.
Well, I suppose they speak squirrel, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. Well, if you can write squirrel, then good on you.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the bigorexia.
Bigorexia, yeah.
So just a quick definition, because
this will be necessary, won't it? Because I think most people, me included, won't have a clue what it is.
No, it's defined as, it used to be known as bigorexia nervosa, the same as obviously
anorexia nervosa.
It's been defined as a type of body dysmorphic disorder that's characterised by an obsession to reduce body fat and increase muscle mass.
Mm-hmm.
So whilst eating disorders like anorexia and bulimia involve a fear of weight gain and a desire to make the body smaller, bigorexia involves the desire to make certain parts of the body bigger, but only tends to be in a very specific way. And it's also important to note that wanting to build muscle itself is not a form of bigorexia.
No.
So it's the same with anything, really. It's when that desire becomes extreme and starts impacting other areas of your own personal life and health, that's when the problems arise.
Yeah.
So it's an extreme preoccupation with muscularity and engaging in exercise in a way that's disruptive to one's life. Mm-hmm. So that's where that fits in. But it doesn't tend to. It tends to be it tends to be multiple factors really that can influence bigorexia. It doesn't tend to happen just in isolation. We do come across it in people that come into rehab. And I'll come on to that in a second. But I think societal pressure is one thing that can, with body image. Modern culture glorifies these sort of lean, muscular bodies as the ideal, and again, sort of movies do the same, don't they? Advertisements and fitness influencers.
So is this? I mean, through your research, because I know nothing about this, I've got very little to offer to this episode. Probably the listeners will be pleased to hear.
Yeah, me too.
But is this did you say me too? That's a bit rude. Did your research reveal whether this is predominantly something that is experienced in the male population, or is it similarly challenging for women as well?
It doesn't tend to be. It's very male dominated, bigorexia. But around about 90-10, so it's heavily weighted in that ratio. But it does happen. It does happen. Societal pressure when it's portrayed as the norm. Problem. And big things, we've talked about social media influence before. And platforms like Insta and TikTok. They amplify these unrealistic standards, but they're often using edited photos, aren't they? Highlight reels creating this constant comparison.
Have you ever felt compelled to get ripped?
I haven't. No, that's never been on my radar. But I don't know if you've seen the latest Louis Theroux documentary.
I haven't seen it yet. I will be watching it. Yeah, I'm interested in that very much.
It is. Yeah, it's called Into the Manosphere, and it's I've watched it, and it feeds right into this. It really does. I mean, the viewing is really uncomfortable. in many areas. And the body image one is, again, it just feeds into people's insecurities.
Yeah.
But we have come across it where there's underlying mental health issues, where anxiety and depression has led to so low self-esteem.
I mean, you'd think that anxiety would very much be a factor, wouldn't it? Because if you feel like you need to bulk yourself to such an extent that you're losing interest in other aspects of your life, that seems to come from a place where the way you look has taken on a level of importance that is very unhealthy.
Yeah, it does. And it's the low self-esteem where it comes from. And obviously in rehab, we get people coming in with absolutely no self-esteem at all. And suddenly they can see this is a way of building back that wrongly, using this image that is portrayed as being absolutely desirable and normal. It can take them into that area. But there's also found that personality traits like, well, certainly competitiveness or perfectionism can often correlate with muscle dysmorphia.
Yeah.
And you can see the signs happening fairly early on, really, especially if you find people are spending 3 to 4 plus hours daily in the gym, even if they're injured or exhausted. I think that happens. They'll go there because they need to continue on, which is why we've got a gym at the rehab I work at. But we limit the time they can spend in there because you can see people start to become obsessed with it. So it's all about balancing, isn't it?
Well, I suppose in a rehab facility it's kind of extra tricky, isn't it? Because I guess a lot of people who are in, apart from the work that they're having to do in their sessions, there's compared with life outside, there's not as much to do, is there?
No, there isn't.
There wouldn't be the kind of normal distraction. So I suppose in that sense, it's kind of easy to fall into something like that because you can, you'd think to yourself, well, it's healthy, isn't it? I'm in the gym every day and I'm kind of working out for 4 hours or whatever. But there's a fine line between that and it becoming obsessive and compulsive.
Well, it is, which is why having certain times during the day that it can be used, and people, it's good for you. People come in with terribly broken bodies, and gradually, if they do it carefully, they can build it back up to a much healthier position. So it's if it was all bad, we wouldn't have a gym there at all. So it is useful, but you tend to find also we don't have mirrors in there because people do use that. They're constantly looking in the mirror, which is a warning sign that people have got one of these dysmorphias, or avoiding them because they don't feel like they're going to like what they see. But also another problem we did come across was supplement use. So protein powders and fat burners or anabolic steroids. We haven't come across that, but certainly protein powders were starting to creep in.
Well, there again, with protein powders, I mean, in and of themselves, they're not dangerous, are they?
No.
I suppose so what's the kind of danger with something like protein powders that again, how do you kind of identify obsessive or unhealthy use of them?
It's difficult, but we try not to have them use them at all.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
It's very difficult to monitor, if there's access to it. So it's easier not to have them in there at all.
So do you think that is that a kind of particular issue for people in rehab because it's a substance? I mean, obviously it's not an illegal substance. It's not in and of itself dangerous, but is there? I mean, that's kind of. I know it sounds slightly mad, but it sounds as if what you're saying is there's a kind of cross addiction risk with something like protein powders. You give up your drink and then you get bang on the vanilla protein powder.
Yeah, right, and that's what we try to avoid. And certainly that it was being ordered in sometimes in these massive tubs. Completely over the top. But again, that's sort of typical of people with addiction issues.
Yeah,
those extremes.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? That I've never really thought about that because. People who don't have addiction issues and go to the gym. I mean, I'm thinking of my daughter. She goes to the gym and she lifts weights and she orders her protein powders in big tubs. But, you'd never kind of think of that as being an issue. It's just kind of part of that regime. But I suppose if you've got a background of addiction problems, there is a big risk that you're kind of not only falling into then a substance addiction, but you're also falling into a behavioural addiction.
It's exactly that. It's old behaviours coming to the fore. So yeah. So it's certainly not encouraged. That's for sure. And again, with anything like this, it becomes an extreme. An early morning sub would be where people start to socially withdraw just to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Or to maintain workout schedules when they should be doing something else.
It is quite addictive, isn't it, that sort of stuff?
It is.
Even for people who haven't got addiction issues. I remember I didn't go running very much in the winter at all. It's too cold. But I can remember when I was running quite a lot last year, if it was a day when I would normally have a run, I'd think, I've got to have a run, I've got to get out, I've got to have a run. So that sort of endorphin rush that you get from that sort of work is really quite compelling. And I suppose if you already have issues with addiction, that must, be amplified some.
It was. So you remember I got involved in doing half marathons.
Yeah.
And I just kept running and running and running, and again, there was nothing that was going to stop me.
Yeah, you were like Forrest Gump, weren't you?
I looked much like him as well. So yeah, it can. And looking back on it, I was behaving in an extreme way then.
Yeah.
So the consequences of if you are getting involved, if you start to suffer from bigorexia, is obviously there's a physical risks of overtraining.
Yeah,
and again, we've had that in the rehab where people have kept going in there a lot of times, but they're going at it so badly, so madly, I should say.
Yeah,
they end up with torn muscles or joint damage and that sort of thing.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, I've seen this not necessarily with weight training per se, but with clients I've had who have a particular fitness regime, so they might be runners or whatever, and you can see people's mental health really take a nosedive when they're not able to train.
Yeah.
Really, because it's like such a fundamental part of their life. And I suppose with something like weight training or whatever, again, you're trying to guard against the risk of people who've had addiction issues getting to that point where they've become reliant on something else.
Yeah. It's exactly that.
Yeah.
But there are other risks involved if you're in this behaviour, like cardiovascular strain.
Yeah.
And the mental health risks as well. Anxiety and depression can be due to when you're not getting the desired effect from this constant training and the use of supplements and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it can produce an anxiety in its own right.
Yeah. And however you look, it's never quite enough.
Well, exactly. Especially if you've got an obsessive compulsive tendency, and then it feeds into this, especially around diets and supplements and exercise.
Yeah.
But again, the risks tend to be that people can drift into isolation doing it. So they start to isolate, which again is an old behaviour which we try and fight against.
And I suppose if you drift into isolation, you're at a greater risk of relapse into drugs and alcohol, aren't you?
Yeah. So it's something we have to be aware of. As I say, it's not just in the addiction area, but it's surprising when I was reading through it and doing my research how often I sort of come across it. So it's just, for me, it's just having the knowledge about it so I can spot these things earlier on.
Yeah.
But there are ways if what we'd have to do would obviously, if we are seeing this happen, certainly in the rehab setting, would be to approach them about getting involved with the counsellors and doing CBT.
Yeah.
So to sort of challenge this distorted belief they have about body image, and to help, I suppose, develop healthier coping strategies.
So in your facility, because I'm interested in this because obviously this is a form of eating disorder or body dysmorphia, right? And I don't get involved in any of that because I don't work with eating disorders or body dysmorphia because to me, it's a very specialist area. So if you have someone in your facility that you are worried about, obviously you've got expertise there in terms of addiction issues, but are you able to point them in the direction of people who've got expertise in terms of eating disorder?
Well, we have a psychiatrist
Okay, right.
That can do that.
Okay,
and
yeah.
the Smart Recovery program is very much based on CBT, so it is about challenging beliefs.
Yeah.
Or challenging distorted beliefs. So that can feed into that. So Smart Recovery covers that sort of area as well. But yeah, we would use either our in-house or outsource.
Yeah,
for that sort of problem.
Yeah, because that's what I meant really, I suppose. Because to me, and I'm sure there'd be a lot of therapists that would disagree with this and that do work with eating disorders. To me, I think you need specialist training to be able to deal with that. So obviously, if you've got a psychiatrist, then you've got specialist training there.
Right.
But and then being able to outsource it to. But I've never felt that someone with just a kind of general therapeutic training can really work effectively with eating disorder because it's so complicated. And if you've got some sort of body dysmorphia or eating disorder that is also related to a background in addiction, my goodness, that's proper complex.
Yeah, it is. And we come across anorexia.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Yeah,
much more regularly, and that's those people that suffer with that, obviously, it feeds into their system of lying and cheating and saying they're eating when they're not, and putting weights around their body when they were, because we have to be constantly monitored. Well, that sort of thing is exactly how an addict behaves.
Yeah.
So we're constantly taking them off to third-party agencies for that sort of, when it gets to that point.
Yeah. Okay.
Prevention strategies.
Mm-hmm. Don't let people go in the gym for hours on end.
Well, encourage. You've got to encourage acceptance of different body types certainly in fitness spaces. Because you walk into a gym, I don't think anyone's ever walked into a gym and felt adequate. It's a tough one, isn't it?
It's interesting that. Yeah, I don't frequent gyms very much, but it always used to feel to me as if there were people who were doing the weights over there and then everybody else. It always felt, I don't know if gyms are still like that, but that's what it felt like. It felt like they're the sort of, they're almost like kind of a different breed over there.
Yeah.
And then there's people on the sort of cross trainers and the running machines and stuff. Yeah, but I know what you mean. It's quite an intimidating place, isn't it? And I suppose if you already feel less than, to go into a gym and to feel there is a way of you becoming kind of part of it and feeling better about yourself that's quite alluring, isn't it? Yeah,
it is. It is, and I think it is you become part of a little tribe.
Yeah.
In there.
Yeah. Which can be good and healthy, but it can also have risks.
Yeah, it can. I don't know how many gyms and sports organisations provide resources for psychological well-being. I don't imagine it's very widespread.
No, good question. I wonder if that, you wouldn't think that sort of thing's picked up, would you, either, in a gym? If someone's coming in every day, you'd think that's good client we got there.
Yeah, exactly, which is what they're designed for, aren't they? Those gyms are attracting people.
Yeah.
You often see gyms doing promotions to try and get people to join and to get them in, certainly around the turn of the year, to get the resolution people involved.
Yeah.
But I think education about it is key in so many areas. But this is one as well, to involve, especially if obviously we don't see it in the rehabs, but outside of that, people are using steroids and overtraining just to build this muscular mass, which is we've all seen them, haven't we, on social media where they're just ridiculously ripped.
Yeah. I mean, I think you mentioned earlier, it's difficult, isn't it? Because there's a kind of very powerful movement, which would have been, I haven't seen it yet, but would have been touched on in the Manosphere documentary that Louis Theroux did, about trying to sell men the idea that is what it is to be masculine.
Yeah.
Being a man is all about having big muscles and being ripped. And I mean, there's this stuff also about people having their jawlines configured, isn't there? I mean, it's just absolute nuts. But, you can see how people get drawn into that and feel that is part of the method for them to become what they believe it is to be a man.
You ought to watch that documentary then, because it touches on all of those points. It's scary. It's scary for anyone that has got teenage boys or girls, because there's ramifications of this extreme sort of misogyny, if you like.
Well, no, it is absolutely misogyny, isn't it?
It's
very dangerous.
So that's about it, really. I just wanted to finish on that.
That's good. I've learned something.
Yeah, well, I did when I was reading through. They were doing the research and stuff. I thought it was an interesting area. I only sparked by the word that I hadn't come across. Had you come across that before?
No, I hadn't. I had to go. I mean, when I read it, I thought, I can guess what that's about, but I didn't know, and I hadn't come across it, and I had to go and have a look. And so I thought, I'll better leave my dumbbells alone for a couple of days. In case I get drawn into bigorexia.
Well, I don't see that as landing at your door particularly. But
what are you trying to say?
What I'm saying, you've got a big old weight, haven't you? Lodges one of your doors open.
Yeah. Well, my kettlebell.
Yes.
Yeah. I quite like the kettlebells, and I've got a couple of dumbbells here, and I find, well, actually, at our age, weight training, strength training is really important.
Yeah.
Do you lift any weights?
No.
Well, you want to start doing it right now.
Yeah, well, I put my rucksack on my back in the morning before I go off to work, so that can be a bit heavy.
You lift your tea up, don't you?
I do. That exercises that, yeah.
Yeah, it's important, isn't it? Because we lose muscle mass a lot as we get older, and I think weight training is quite important. So, yeah, but not bigorexia. Don't you get in the gym lifting weights?
Well, I know what I'm like. I would be. So
you would. You probably would be, wouldn't you? Actually,
yeah, I would. Yeah.
Whereas I'm too idle. And it'd be heavy, wouldn't it? It's heavy.
It's heavy.
Lifting weights is heavy. Why would you want to do that?
It is. No, exactly. You lift a heavy box off a high shelf. You know it, don't you?
Exactly. Sometimes when I have to carry the shopping from the front door to the kitchen, I think, this is a bit heavy.
A bit toppy. Yeah.
Anyway,
that's about it.
Good. Very good.
It's our we're on to our conundrum feature.
Well, I've got one for you today, because I didn't have one last time, did I? That was poor. It was poor, wasn't it? Really, it was disappointing.
You had to scrabble about a bit, didn't you?
Yeah. So I've prepared one today. Here it is. Your friend, me perhaps, asks if their new fitness regime is paying off, and you can see their progress, but you can also see that they're noticeably obsessive. Do you compliment the results, or do you flag your concerns? There we are.
That's a good one. It fits right into this one, doesn't it?
Well, that's why I chose it.
I think it would be a mixture of the two, wouldn't it?
I don't know. Imagine I just said to you, I've been going to the gym for 6 months. Look at me, I'm and I'm sort of bursting out of my t-shirt like the Hulk.
Okay. Yeah.
But you recognise through my sort of obsession with weight training and fitness apps and all the rest of it that I'm becoming a bit obsessive. What would you say to me?
I think I'd use the old, they call it like the shit sandwich, don't they? So I'd probably say you'd have a couple of compliments with a bit of serious bit in the middle.
Right. Okay.
So yes.
So what would you? How would you broach your concern? I mean, not that you would have any concerns for me, but how if you did, imagine you did. How would you broach those concerns? What would you say?
Yeah, you'd sandwich it, wouldn't you? As I say, you'd say, "God, blimey, you're looking good, mate." Or that's something you've been putting a lot of effort in there, haven't you?
Yeah.
How often you go to the gym these days?
All right. So you'd perhaps open up a conversation that might illuminate the problem.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then talk about that and talk about, you're not getting involved in all those old steroids and that, are you, mate? I'm sure.
Yeah.
And so, and then, wrap it up after you've gone through that, just planting the seeds in the mind.
Okay. All right.
And then wrap it up with saying, well, it's just be careful. It's a healthy hobby, but, from my point of view, I know where obsessions can lead. So
yeah,
just be careful, my friend.
Yeah, I think the idea of sowing a seed is a good one, because I think people sometimes can feel that there is a kind of obligation to fix something that they feel is wrong in someone else. And you can't do that, can you? But what you can do is offer an opportunity for self-reflection. So if you say, "Oh, sounds like you're going to the gym a lot," or you seem to be you're a little bit kind of caught up in that, aren't you? You've got to be careful about that. Just that in itself is enough, isn't it? Because what you're doing is you're inviting that person to think about what they're doing. If they choose not to, there's nothing you can do about that. They're a grown adult. But I think I agree. I think that's the right way. Recognise the progress that someone's made, but raise your concerns about the way that it's being done.
We do, and we practice exactly this in groups. We offer the opportunity for peer-to-peer evaluation, where you can do it, and we talk about. I'm trying to think of a better word, because the term "shit sandwich" is not great, but it's an illustration of what I'm trying to.
Balanced feedback.
Yeah, balanced feedback, but it's the sandwich thing which people tend to understand. So we get peers to do it with each other, to talk about what they think, how well they're doing in recovery, and this is something you should consider. Or maybe
it's a praise sandwich, isn't it? I suppose you could call it, couldn't you? Because you're recognising, you're praising someone, you're giving them some good feedback, but in amongst it, you're offering some pause for reflection.
Yeah. So what did you call it? What sandwich?
A praise sandwich.
A praise sandwich. Yeah.
Because you're praising someone, but you're putting a cautionary tale in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't want to use expletives. Plus the fact, the idea of a shit sandwich, I mean, it's quite unpleasant, especially around lunchtime, which is where we are.
Well, quite, yeah. I don't like the term, but an appraisal sandwich or an appraise sandwich.
A praise sandwich, yeah.
Praise sandwich, yeah.
Or a ham sandwich.
I'll go with that.
What is your favourite sandwich filling, by the way?
Oh, cheese and pickle all day long.
Oh, what, Branston?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've got simple taste in that, but
that's fair enough. I mean, that's a classic, isn't it?
It is classic. I like a nice mature cheddar.
Yeah.
Yeah, or a red Leicester, although I think the mature cheddar goes better with Branston.
Yeah, red Leicester can sometimes be a bit hit and miss, can't it?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily pokey enough.
No. It's quite nice on toast when you red Leicester, when it sort of bubbles and melts in a certain way. I like that. Comes out sort of stringy. I like that.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
thanks for that.
Yeah, no worries. So we're going to get onto our gratitude list.
All right. You first?
I can go first. I just wanted to. I was very grateful for having an upgrade to my phone.
Oh yeah.
Which was done via a gift. Someone had an iPhone that they hadn't used. They'd upgraded and they'd got one left in their drawer, which was, again, far superior to the one that I was using. Yeah. Upgraded from an iPhone 7. So you can tell how old it was, where the apps had stopped working and the iOS was so old. So someone gave me and said, well, you can have this. That's for it. I don't want anything for it. Fill your boots.
Yeah, lovely. There you go, see.
So I was really, I thought it was a very kind gesture for them to give me.
It's very kind, yeah.
An upgrade.
And you're recording on it this morning.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was extremely grateful for that, as you can imagine.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's nice. A bit of recycling to help a friend and colleague. Exactly.
Yes, it was a colleague at work, and I did make sure that I bought her a little gift and a handwritten note, which I think.
What was it? What did you get her? An iPhone 12?
iPhone 12. You gave it back to her. Yeah, re-gifted.
That's a handwritten note. Wow, they're rarities, aren't they? These days?
They are, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah. Did you use a calligraphy pen?
I didn't actually, but I still write in this sort of calligraphic style.
Yeah, you do. You've got nice handwriting, haven't you?
Well, it's honed. It's been honed over the years, but I think it's fairly. It can come across a little bit ineligible sometimes, or what's the word? If you can't read it very well.
Ineligible. Yeah.
Ineligible.
Yeah. Nice.
Yes, but it looks neat.
Lovely.
Anyway, what's on your list?
Well, I was thinking I might have had this before. I'm not sure if I had, but. I've been thinking recently that I feel grateful for getting 2 speeding fines last year.
Okay.
Because if you remember, I did mention this on an episode, I got 2 speeding fines within about 2 weeks of each other.
Yeah.
One was your fault because I was talking to you on the motorway.
All right, thanks, mate.
And the other one was my fault because I wasn't paying attention on a Saturday morning when I was driving home trying to get my breakfast. And so as a consequence, I had to go on a speed awareness course, right? I had to go on 2 speed awareness courses, actually, one for normal roads and one for motorways. And it's made me so much better as a driver.
Is it?
And I feel, well, I say it's made me a better driver. I mean, I hope that doesn't preclude me having an accident now. But when I say a better driver, I mean, I find driving so much less stressful and anxiety inducing than I did because I fastidiously keep to all the speed limits now. Yeah. And it's really nice. It's really nice driving around thinking, I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to rush now, do I? And I mean, I wouldn't recommend you go out and break the speed limit in order to get on a speed awareness course. But for me, I'd say that's one of the things that I've done. Obviously, I wasn't looking forward to a speed awareness course. It's made a massive difference to my life. So I feel very grateful for my negligence that led to a learning opportunity. How about that?
Well, you've reframed it perfectly.
I have, yeah.
You have. And I think perhaps if it is that beneficial, perhaps it wouldn't be a bad idea if it was made sort of mandatory for everyone after they pass the test after a year.
I really think it should be. I think it should be. I learned stuff on that course that I've been driving for donkey's years that I didn't know. And it really has, massively changed my perspective. So I heartily recommend a speed awareness course.
Well, that's very good. Yeah, but you're going about it in the right way. Because do they still do the advanced motoring tests? They do, don't they? I
think they probably do, yeah. Yeah.
Which perhaps that looks into that sort of thing as well. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so if you are unfortunate enough to get some sort of fine and you're given a choice of a speed awareness course or points, for goodness sake, do the speed awareness course.
Okay, good advice.
It's not only enjoyable, it'll really teach you stuff that you didn't know. So there we are.
Excellent. Did you keep your notes?
I have got my notes, but I don't think I really need them. It's like anything. If you do something like that, I'm a great believer that you remember what you want to retain.
Yeah.
People who copiously take notes in things, I don't think most people never go back and read those notes. But what you do remember are the things that really made a difference to you.
Yeah, I agree. We did talk about that in one of our episodes with the forgetting curve.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
The learning curve and the opposite being the forgetting curve.
Yeah. Oh, I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, which feeds into that exactly. You'd forgotten about it. It's very funny, very good, very witty.
You missed that joke, didn't you?
I did it initially, yeah. Anyway, should we go on to the lyric challenge?
Yeah, let's do that, yeah. I did very badly, didn't I, last time, I think? I did. I think I've been doing quite badly recently, generally.
Well, I think you had a sort of an 8 out of 10 at one time, didn't you? And
yeah, but I've since then, 4. Yeah, I've really struggled, so I'm feeling a bit down on myself.
Well, I would say I've got high hopes for you on this one, but you tend to get a bit.
Yeah, don't say that to me. Don't say that to me. Yeah. Okay. Right, let's go.
So the first one then for 2 points.
Yeah.
I won't go through the rules.
I thought you were going to go through the bloody rules again.
Yeah, because you have a pop at me every time. So a point for the artist, point for the song.
Oh, Christ, you are going to go through the rules. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, here comes my happiness again.
Here comes my happiness again. No, that's not ringing any bells. If you'd said, here comes the sun, I'd have been all right.
Yeah.
Here comes my happiness again. So what era?
Here comes my happiness again. I'm not sure what era. It's quite a...
Is it a band?
Hey?
Is it a band?
It is a band. I mean, it's often played. It's quite an overplayed song, really. It's one of those.
Is it Hi Ho Silver Lining?
No, I don't remember that being in the lyric. Remember that?
It's an overplayed song.
It's probably 80s, 90s. I don't know when it first came out. But, I don't really know.
Is it by an artist that I would like?
Probably not.
Oh, okay. But what sort of genre are we talking? It's pop, is it?
Well, it's got pop country sort of thing.
Country, wow. No, I'm not. I don't think I'm going to get this. No, I don't know. Who is it?
It's the Mavericks. Dance the Night Away.
Oh, absolutely never any chance of me getting that.
Well, did they not? Oh, okay.
No, absolutely not. I mean, I can hear the song now, but even if I knew the song, I would never have known that was the Mavericks.
No, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm never going to listen to it, ever.
You can't
deliberately.
Well, you can't avoid it. Something just comes on, doesn't it? That's it.
Not on Radio 4, it doesn't.
Okay. Well, I've got hopes for this next question for you.
Here we go. Yeah, that's it.
You can't blame me now for the death of summer.
Nah, absolutely nothing. That's not even ringing a bell, that one.
Okay, well, it's by a band you went to see recently. That's why I thought this was a shoe-in for you.
Really? By a band I went to see recently?
Yeah.
Wow.
A band that was sort of big in the sort of late 80s, early 90s you went to see recently.
Oh, is it the Boo Radleys?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, but I've got the only reason I went to see the Boo Radleys is because my friend Prod wanted to see them, and I happened to be staying with him, and I said, yeah, let's go and see them. So I'm not a Boo Radleys fan. Is it Wake Up Boo?
It is, yes.
So that's good, because it's the only one I knew.
Well, I thought when I put that down, you went to see them recently, they would have played that.
Yeah, they did play that, but I wouldn't have known it, so yeah, okay. Well, I suppose I got the song fair and square, didn't I? Even though you had to help me quite a lot with the band. So I must have, surely I'll get 1 point for that.
I was going to give you both points.
Oh, I think that's generous.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see you get on with the next one.
All right.
Number 3, I've got a feeling I'm not the only one.
See, when you say I've got a feeling, I can't get the bloody Black Eyed Peas out of my head. So I can just hear that lyric. But I recognise this. I've got a feeling I'm not the only one. What can you give me? Genre?
I'll give you a female artist. Again, sort of pop country-ish, if anything. Yeah.
Is it Shania Twain?
No. No, you're on the...
am I on the right lines?
Well...
I'm not really, am I?
Yeah.
I've got a feeling I'm not the only one. British or American?
Don't know.
God, dear, oh dear. No. No, I'm not going to get that.
It's Sheryl Crow, All I Want to Do.
Oh, of course it is, yeah. Yeah, I can hear that now. Yeah, I knew that was rattling around somewhere in my brain. Cool, I'm doing dreadfully.
Is she American or British? Is she American?
She's
Canadian. American.
Yeah, she might. I think she might be Canadian, actually. Like Shania Twain.
Yeah.
So you never see them together, do you, Sheryl Crow and Shania Twain?
No, you see, I thought you were on the right lines. I thought you were going to get it then when you said Shania Twain.
Yeah. I'd call that, I suppose, I suppose it is kind of country, isn't it? A little bit alt country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then the 4-pointer.
Well, I need this, don't I? Because otherwise I'm going to get relegated.
I think you do quite well to get this one.
Oh, brilliant.
The lyric is quite a long one, so it gives you plenty of words to play with.
Yeah, brilliant.
One day when I came home at lunchtime, I heard a funny noise. Went out to the backyard to find out what it was.
Is this someone I even have heard of?
Yeah. They're quite big in the sort of boy band era.
In the boy band era? I'm going to struggle with this then, aren't I? Right, so it's a boy band. I'll go... I think we've had Westlife recently, haven't we?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go them. Is it a British or an American band?
I'm pretty sure they're American, yeah.
Is it the Backstreet Boys?
No, it's a later group than that. Backstreet Boys are a bit early. This is a bit later.
Later than the Backstreet Boys? The Front Street Boys?
No, never heard of them, but yeah, it's
the Union Street Boys. Later, I don't think I know any flipping American boy bands.
I hope I'm not giving you a bum steer there. I hope they're not English.
I don't know if it would make any difference to me, to be honest. No, I don't know. Who is it?
Busted?
No, they're British.
Are they? You see, I didn't really know.
See, I'd have got that, definitely.
Oh, would you? Okay, what's the song?
The song is... I don't know any Busted songs.
Yeah, Year 3000.
Yeah, no chance. I think they're British anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced now.
No, I'm not convinced either way. But anyway, I should have researched that a bit better, shouldn't I? I should have kept when I'm doing.
Well, that was. I'll tell you what. They were brutal. Those choices this week. Well,
Yeah.
did that upset you or something? Because that felt passive aggressive.
Did it? Well, it's very difficult because when I was putting them, I thought, oh, this is a bit too. I thought it's a bit too easy, really. So
too easy, busted.
I didn't think the busted one was going to be. That was for
Which one did you think was going to be easy?
Boo Radley's definitely, and the Mavericks. Yeah,
the Mavericks. I mean, blimey, I don't think I'd recognise the Mavericks if they fell on me.
No, it's just that
that'd hurt, though, wouldn't it?
If you went to if you go to a dinner dance in the 80s and 90s, that was always played. Do you know what I mean?
When do I go to dinner dances?
Dance the night away. No, not quite. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've disappointed myself. I've disappointed the listeners.
Okay.
I probably need to go and have a good hard look at myself. I
think you gave a good bash.
Don't patronise me. That's the last thing I need. Right. I'm going to have some lunch.
I can see the sun shining in through your window onto the side of your face.
That's bloody lovely. I might cut the grass this afternoon.
Wow. That'd be the first one?
Oh, definitely, yeah. My next door neighbour cut the grass a couple of weeks ago and he made a right hash of his lawn.
Churned it up, yeah.
Yeah, churned it up badly. Now there's my squirrel. Don't you dare get in the bloody raised beds, you little sod. Right, okay.
You better go and shoo him off.
Yeah, I'm going to.
All right, mate.
Laters.
Bye.
Bye.
Sideways was created by Graham Landy and Martin Pankhurst. If you want to read more about our work or sort through the extensive archive of past episodes, just visit grahamlandy-wellbeing.co.uk/sideways-podcast. You can follow us on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram at Sideways Podcast, and you can email us if you have a question or if there's something you'd like us to cover. But most of all, we want to tell you how grateful we are that you come and listen, and we ask that if you've enjoyed what you've heard, that you spread the word. And we'll see you next week.